The important thing to bear in mind when doing this homework is how scales are so closely related to ratios. Literally every time you come up with a problem in this, I will say do a ratio. So let's start off with the first one. We've got our scale written as, there we go. We've got our scale written as 1 centimetre to 2 metres. So I'm going to write that as a ratio. It's really important to include the units because the units are different. Okay, so in my smaller triangle, that would be a rectangle. In my smaller rectangle, I've got the value 11 centimetres. What have I done to my ratio to get 11 centimetres? Well, I've multiplied it by 11. So if I multiply that side by 11, it's important to multiply that side by 11 because otherwise the ratio is not preserved. 2 times 11 is 22 metres. Now, on the same question, we've then got a blank here. So, to get that back, let's write the ratio again. 1 centimetre to 2 metres. This time, the 42 metres is on a large shape, so we write it underneath the larger side of the ratio. 2 metres. What have I done here? And this time I've multiplied by 21. If you're wondering how I got that so quickly, what we do is we divide those two numbers. 42 divided by 2 equals 21. Whatever I've done to one side of the ratio, I must do to the other side of the ratio. That's quite an easy one to do because it's 1 times 21. It's going to be 21 centimetres. Looking at the second question down here, 1 centimetre to 500 metres. Again, first thing I'm going to do is write the ratio. Okay, I am told that this side here is 1.2 centimetres on the small shape. 1.2. What have I multiplied by? Well, I must have multiplied by 1.2. Because anything times by 1 is itself. So that must be 1.2. I need to do the same over here. When I do 500 multiplied by 1.2, it gives me 600. So the corresponding side over here would be 600 metres. Again, using the same ratio, 1 centimetre, 500 metres. This time we're told it's 1,250. Now that one's not quite such an easy one to do. We are going to need to divide that. So that's going to be 1,250 divided by 500. The wonderful thing is, what we can do is we can turn that into 12.50 divided by 5. Now that's much easier to do, in my opinion anyway. 5 into 1 doesn't go, 5 into 12 goes 2, remainder 2, 5 into 25 goes 5, 5 into 0 doesn't go. So we're multiplying by 2.5, by 2.5. Now that step's easy, 2.5 centimetres. Okay, on the other side of the page we've again got a couple of different scales, which we can write as ratios. That's our first step. Hang on, I'm just going to move over because otherwise my hand is in the way. No good whatsoever. Sorry. Let's try again. And again, the scale's going all the way. 1 centimetre, 50 metres. Technology. Again, I'm going to start off with the side on the small shape, 4.3. It's obvious what I've multiplied by. I've multiplied by 4.3. So what do? I multiply this side by 4.3, which gives me, 250. 250. So this would be 250 metres. For those of you that are thinking, what on earth? I do apologise. I'm just very tired. It is a Sunday evening. If you can look at the time and the date, yeah. Anyway, same ratio, same scale, different side. We know that 1 centimetre represents 50 metres, and we're told that it's 430 metres. But hang on, I remember this. 4.3, that's quite similar, isn't it? Actually, looking at those two, I don't need this step, because if I go from 215 to 430, I could double it. Which means that whatever I've done to that, I need to double it again, giving me 8.6. If you didn't see that, that's not a problem at all. All you'd have to do is say, okay, so I need to do 430 divided by 50. And remember what I said a minute ago? Much easier to do 43 divided by 5. 5 into 4 doesn't go. 5 into 43 goes 8, remainder 3. Don't forget your decimal. 5 into 30 goes 6. Either way of those would be fine. And finally, 1 centimetre to 2 kilometres. Now some people say kilometres, some people say kilometres. It does not matter so long as you use km to represent it. So again, I'm starting on the smaller one, 2.9 centimetres. I've multiplied by 2.9. I have to multiply this by 2.9, giving me 5.8. And the second part, I've got 15.8 kilometres. And when I think, what have I multiplied 2 by to get that? Remember, the easiest way to do that is to divide. 2 into 1 doesn't go. 2 into 15 goes 7, remainder 1. 2 into 18 goes 9. 7.9. On to the second page. Excuse me. Without drawings. Exactly the same idea, we are still using the ratio. So 1 centimetre to 5 metres. Let's write down that ratio. 1 centimetre, 5 metres. Let's be really clear here. Which one is the scale model? Which one is the real one? Well, it would be a bit stupid if the scale model was bigger than the real one. So this is the model. And this is the real one. So 12 on the model, I've multiplied it by 12, which means I need to multiply this by 12, would be 60 on the real one. We've then got ourselves a different ratio, 1 to 16, 1 centimetre, 16 metres. A little bit off, but never mind. Again, we're given the model length, 9.1. So we have to do multiply by 9.1, multiply by 9.1. Oh, I've just realised that's gone off the page, sorry. I can't do that in my head. You might be able to, or you might have a calculator. Oh, hang on, no calculator. Hopefully no calculator. 16 times 9.1, 16, 9.1. 1 times 6, 1 times 1, 0, 9 times 6 is 54, 9 times 1 is 9, oh my gosh, I can't believe it actually took me that long, but we don't forget we've got the 5 over here, so that can give me 14, add those two together, 6, 5, 4, 1, 1 decimal place in the question, 1 decimal place in the answer, 145.6. Really sorry, I've got to remember to keep moving the paper up. 145.6. Now, the next couple have got the real length given to us. So the first ratio scale is 1 to 6. 1 centimetre represents 6 metres. We're given the real length, write it underneath the real length. That's going to be 20 times 22, which means that this is going to be 22. Final one in the table. Apologies, you can hear a little Princess Pie over there. Map and the real length, 148. We know that the real length is 248, 264. And I don't know about you, I don't know my 48 times table all that well. I'm just going to quickly write it out. 48, 96, 144, 200, nope, still on 100, 192, 240. Okay, so that's as far as we can get, and then we need another 24. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half, 5.5. I think you would be allowed to use a calculator for that one. That one's horrible to do without a calculator. But there you go, my maths is cruel. On a scale drawing, a rectangular room has a width of 18 centimetres and a length of 22 centimetres. The scale is 1 centimetre, represents 0.5 metres. So, we've got 1 centimetre representing 0.5 metres. Let's do both of those sides now. So we've got width of 18 centimetres. Well, I've multiplied by 18, I multiply this by 18, giving me 9 metres. And then looking at it with a different length there, 22 centimetres. Oh, I've multiplied by 22. 0.5 multiplied by 22. Multiplying by 0.5 is the same as halving, 11 metres. So what's the real area of the room? It's going to be 9 multiplied by 11. Giving me 99. The floor is to be carpeted at a cost of this much per square metre, £12.50. Work out the cost of carpeting. So we take our 99 and we multiply it by £12.50. The quicker way to do it is to say, what about 100 times £12.50? Well, that would give me 1,250. I don't want 100 lots, pardon me, I want 99 lots, so let's take away £12.50. What does that give me? 4, 9, 10, 5, 7, 3, 2, 1. 1,200 and, oh for goodness sake, £1,237. Obviously your numbers will be different, but hopefully that will help you to take you through the homework.